Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're having a really good day, and if you're not, let's fix that now. So I set this aquarium up here long time ago. To me it was long anyway. To some of you more experienced fish keepers out there, you might be thinking it was like 4 months. God, that feel was loud. God, that was like 4 months ago. It's not long at all. But anyway, for me, that's long. So as you can see, in usual MD style, it's completely grown out and just gone nuts. Like, mostly with moss, which isn't a bad thing. Like, there's loads of shrimp in here. Like. Stop saying like. There's loads of shrimp in here, guys. They're doing absolutely great. So, I want to re-kit it out, redo it, rebrand it. Just do the whole lot. No branding. I don't know what that meant. But the issue I've got is that everything's really nicely established now. Now the way around that, in my view, is to reuse all of the substrate, or as much of it as I can. Reuse the filter sponges. That's it. So there's a tiny little filter in here, but it's actually quite powerful, look, because look at how much it's waving all this stuff around. I mean, shrimp don't really like a lot of flow anyway, so that's cool, but I don't actually want to use this filter that's in there in my new one, just so it doesn't take up any space in the tank and doesn't look horrible. But I've got an idea. Well, you know the idea because you've just seen the thumbnail. Obviously, that's why you clicked. Like, as I'm making this, I'm thinking, I've got an idea, but like, I've done it already, but I haven't. You know what I mean? So the first thing I'm going to need to do is just completely drain the whole tank and take out everything. So after you've done that, we'll be able to see how many shrimp are in here. Hopefully there's some babies as well. I know there was some babies, but I haven't seen any for a while. I suppose that's because they've grown up now. Anyway, let's get everything out to start with and we can see where we're at. Right, so where do I start? So I've taken that out like that, just to make sure there's no shrimp caught on it. It's quite a cool little sculpture though, isn't it? What shrimp tend to do is they hang on it until like the second you take it out of the water like that, then they all come off. So it looks like that is the case, but oh no, as I say that, there's one there. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is put it in my plant vat over there, but I'm going to wash off all this duckweed first because nah, not happening. I'm just working at getting rid of most of my duckweed because it's just growing too fast everywhere at the moment. So yeah, it looks a bit weird now, doesn't it? I mean, that is a big old piece there. I don't know why I put that in there, way too big. That's a really nice piece of Millennium Stone though, isn't it? Some nice ram's horns in there. Again, a lot of this stuff is going to go back in. I want a much more simple scape that actually means I can see the shrimp a bit more and just see what's going on. So it's been like 30 minutes since I pulled all that stuff out. The misting has cleared, or the murkiness, whatever you want to call it. Mist? Clearly not mist, is it? But the good thing is we can now see all of these shrimp. Now there's actually way more in there than I thought. I only actually put about 15 in there to start with. There's definitely a lot more than that now. I can see 6. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6 of the crystal reds, which is absolutely brilliant. They're my favourite ones. I cannot wait to get more of those. After all of this has passed over, I can go back to the shops, I can get them. But what I did there is I sloped all the substrate to the back, and that was so that when I drain the water down, all the shrimp will come to the front there and just be really easy to pick up with the net. So let's get the water out and get the shrimp into the storage tank, and then I can get started on putting a background on this tank. I haven't got any tanks with a background on apart from the ones I've painted, so I'm going to apply that and show you how to do that. Really simple. Well guys, look, we can see we've got quite a lot of shrimp there. Let's get them out. So I've just spent a good half an hour catching all those shrimp. Why are they so hard to catch? Anyway, they're all down here in this little tub or container we've got there. There's loads in there, see? Those are going to be awesome in the new tank, but what I need to do now is take out all this substrate. I'm going to sieve it through because I only want like the light coloured stuff, and then I can completely clean the tank up, get a background on it, and then we can start building it properly again. So the substrate in this tank, guys, is really good. So I'm going to scoop it out, store it in here. I'll sieve through it as well to take out any of the big stuff. And then we can use it as the base layer for the tank again in a minute when we rebuild it. We just put a nice clean layer of sand on top. So that way we're freshening that up, but we're still keeping all of the beneficial bacteria. So applying a background to a tank is really simple. You just need a straight edge, a razor blade, some frosted vinyl, and a mister. Cover the pan of glass that you want to put the vinyl on with a load of water. Don't hold back, put loads on. Then get your vinyl to roughly the right size to start with. Peel off the backing and then place on top of all the water. Some vinyl might need spraying as well. This one didn't, but some needs a good coating of water on top of it. And then use a credit card to just push out all the water / air bubbles. Then take your razor blade and straight edge and just cut it to the right size. Alternatively, you can actually just run the blade along the edge of the tank, you know, but I didn't want to do that. Right, that is looking sweet, and I have to say I'm really liking the sort of misty, whitey, grey background. I think it looks really good. Might be something I'm looking to do later on in other tanks as well. But now we've got to put our beneficial bacteriorized is that a word? No, it's not, is it? Anyway, we've got to put in our recycled gravel from before, which I've got down there in that pot. Just going to put like a layer in on the bottom of the tank here, and then I'm just going to cover it over with some clean sand that I've got. Like it's like a whitey quartz based sand. That'll go on the top. That look really good because this light is not very bright at all. It's like 5 watts, I think. So basically, you guys can simulate what I'm doing here with the cheapest eBay lights you can find. Like, just get the cheapest ones. Because basically what I want to do with this tank is going to block out a lot of the light. So I just want really clean, basic bottom with the white sand that will show up all the shrimp. And then I just want one piece of decor. You'll see in a minute. You've seen already on the thumbnail. I don't know what. Yes, in a minute. Now, some of you might have seen me do this before, but all I'm doing is scooping out a load of sand like this, pouring it into the sieve that's now been kindly donated to me by my wife, and then just sprinkle it in the water like that. All you're left with is gravel. Perfect. You can just chuck that bit away and you've got clean sand. So there we have our base, guys, and that is not very exciting at all, but that's deliberate. You know, I want this aquarium to be about the piece of hardscape that I'm putting in, the one plant and the shrimp. That's why I'm doing it. I want to observe my shrimp better, and I think just giving it like a plain blank canvas like this would just be a really good way of doing that. So it's now time to reveal what I'm actually that's in the way. What I'm actually going to be putting in as the hardscape. I've currently got it in the 𝐼𝐍 crew, 𝐼𝐍 crew. We've got Orandas and Ranchu goldfish in here. The 𝐼𝐍 crew's tank, look, oh sorry, they think I'm going to feed them now. It's not feeding time, but look, here it is, guys. So this is what I got from Tropica, but let's be honest, it's a bit of bogwood with a suction cup to the side. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you guys could do that yourself if you wanted to. You know, so we've got trident fern and the bogwood itself and the suction pad. I just want that on its own, floating, or giving the, you know, the sort of look that it's floating in that tank. So let's get that across now and put it in. So now I personally think that that looks really cool. So simple, but look at it. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be the perfect blanket. Let me move that light over to where it's actually meant to be. Should we go middle or so? No, we'll go middle. We'll go middle. Everyone loves middle. You can't not have middle. The internet would go crazy if it's not perfectly central. So that's what it is basically, guys. That is it. So I'm going to put the filter just tucked behind this section here. I was going to do a hang on the back. I'm not going to do that anymore because the one that I've got is all set up and been in running and it's perfect. So I don't know, it's working well with the shrimp that I've got. So it's just a case of filling it up now, putting that in and putting the shrimp in. I mean, let's try not to overcomplicate this. Yeah, you know, it's a simple scape. Doesn't need that many processes. Get on with it. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out, guys. Part of me was thinking about adding some rocks and, you know, but no, stick to the plan. The plan was full on minimalistic style, and I think that's what we got there. Full on contemporary tank there, right next to a wild jungle. And it kind of looks like the driftwood goes between them both. I think that looks quite cool. But I really love how they're just so different as well. Now, I did say I was going to put the same filter, and a bit of a brain fart because I wanted to do a hang on the back because I don't want anything in the tank. So I was like, oh no, I've got to put the same filter in. Of course I don't. Just put in the same filter, you know, media, the little bit of foam that's in that nano filter, into the new one. So this is the original one that I had in there. Let's just break it open. This is hard one-handed, but yeah, so yeah, there's the original filter that was in it, or filter floss, sorry, or filter media. What do you call it? Sponges. I keep forgetting. All I'm going to do, slot it in this one here. This is a really cheap hang on the back filter. It costs next to nothing, in my opinion anyway, and I'll leave a link in the description for you guys so you can pick it up as well. So let's get it on the tank anyway. Where do I want to put it? Do I want it on the side over there? Let's sort of semi-hide it, I think. If we put it there like that, look, that looks really good, I think. Like, you can barely notice it's there. Absolutely perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Now remember, because I'm putting shrimp in here, I don't need a ton of flow. And then also the fact that it has like a weir section here means that you get good surface agitation. So that stops any sort of biofilm building up as well. Obviously, it's not going to work not plugged in, but yeah. Right, I'll get it plugged in and running. Oh, there they all are, guys. Absolutely loads of them. I should have counted them really, but I didn't. But, you know, screw it. I think a lot of you might probably say that I need to cover up the inlet to stop any shrimplets going in. But the actual holes are so small and the suction is not that great, to be honest. I've actually observed it before in other tanks. The shrimplets can go near it and swim away if they get caught in it or anything. So that's all good. I think we should be getting a better yield now out of our babies and that as well. I've seen some of the crystal reds buried in there as well, which is amazing. I've never seen crystal red babies the whole time I've had them. So that could be great. And I think that is because I actually pulled out of there 2 𝐼𝐻𝑚ano shrimp, which means that 𝐼𝐻𝑚ano shrimp were in with all of these, and apparently they attack all the other shrimplets' eggs and stuff like that, and not the eggs, obviously the new shrimplets, the tiny ones, and they kill them, which would make sense because there should be way more than that if you think about it. And I put the 𝐼𝐻𝑚ano shrimp into this tank here. This is my angelfish aquarium with no angelfish currently. They are coming very shortly, I have been assured, so that is going to be absolutely awesome. That's a video coming up soon. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is you need to be subscribed, and if you're not, click the button now, click the like button for me, and just, yeah, do it all. But back to the shrimp, let's get them into the tank. Oh, there's that catchphrase again. Oh, that is awesome, guys. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So the reason I stripped it all out is so I can actually see my shrimp. And look, I can see them. Hello, guys. I can see what we're getting. I'll be able to see, you know, what shrimplets we're getting. I suppose like a hardcore shrimp keeper would be like, just don't put anything in the tank. Like maybe a bit of wood or something. But I'd still like to have like a nice looking tank. You know what I mean? And I think I'm fulfilling that right here with this contemporary look. So I can sort of see all the shrimp. Look at, there's so many of them. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I can see all the shrimp, but it still looks good, especially next to what I've got going on. So there we've got the no filter bowl. This one's got a tiny filter. This one's got a tiny filter. This one's packed out with plants, but the new one, look at that, guys. I'm really liking that. That's a strong look. That's going to be a good thumbnail, isn't it? Should we go with that? Yeah, we'll go something like that. Not that, but similar. Oh, look at them go, look at them go. That is so awesome. So usually shrimp need established tanks because they eat biofilm, and you could argue that a new tank that's just been cleaned everywhere won't contain any biofilm. But remember, I've actually had this bit of wood sat in another tank for quite a while now. It would have developed biofilm all over it. Obviously, we've got the organic matter as well from the bulk that it's attached to. Also, all of this sand is recycled, remember, because I cleaned it out from the other stuff. And another thing that we should do now is feed the tank. Now, how should we do that? I mean, I don't have shrimp specific food. Maybe that's something I should buy. Yeah, I think I will. After I've made this video, I'm going to buy some shrimp food. But what I do in the meantime is this. I take a little micro pellet food like this. Ow, it's too small. Ow. Yeah, like what I've got. Oh, hello, Timmy. All right. Yeah, nearly food time. Yeah, so look, I've got a pinch of it in there, and I keep that pinch tightly in my fingers. Come over to the tank, and then watch this. Underwater, and just break it into my fingers like that. You get the odd wafer go down like that, but that's all right. They'll peck at that and break that apart as well. But you can see, look, all that sort of like really fine, misty, dusty stuff going into the water column that eventually settle down on anything. So these guys are already picking up those pieces straight away, which is good. Look, oh, there's me crystal. Look, he's coming across. He's going to get that big bit as well, I expect. Go on, son. Go on. No, you've missed it. You've missed it. Down. Look, I can't stay here all day. Look, they'll pick it up. They'll pick it up. There we go. Look, we've got all different sizes in here. Oh, this is great. I love this. I'm just going to be able to come in and see them. So the thing about shrimp is they're just such tiny little things, but I don't know why, but they are fascinating. Not so much Amanos because they all look pretty much the same, but cherry shrimp and, you know, the variants of them, the Neocaridina, they just breed and like random stuff can sometimes come out, and I quite like that. Some people cull the stuff, as in like they remove the stuff from the strain that they don't want. I don't. I just keep them all together because I like getting like a Skittles look. Like we've got Skittles here. I need to get some yellows. I need to get some blues. I'm going to look for some of that stuff as soon as I can. That'll be cool as well. Get a complete mix going on. I think that's the most exciting way to do it. Do you? A proper breeder that's looking to sell wants to keep stuff pure, and I understand that, but I don't care. Like, they're all cool to me. Especially the crystal reds. I mean, wow. Oh, if I can get those babies to survive, that would be awesome. There's no way I shouldn't, because the adults have survived this whole time. I've had those adults now for like 4 or 5 months, something like that. Possibly longer, some of them. I bought them in 2 batches, you see. Which means that they've obviously had eggs before, but the eggs haven't survived. I'm guessing, like I said, that was down to the Amanos, like I said, in the tank with them. I mean, there was a big Amano in there as well, female, so females get massive. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Make sure you hit the like, smash the subscribe, and I will see you on the next one soon.